Right, hello, good morning, and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Friday, the 14th day of June 2024. By His grace, we're live and we're here with yet another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making the rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly. Let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. President should pay tax on salary. Committee recommends. Speak truth to Vice President. Asante. Vote buying. Aberration of democracy. NCCE chairperson. There's a special supplement on Edilada. And today's constituency watch is on the Anya-Soutum constituency. It says NPP's fortress. Poor roads and drainage system. The Ghanaian Times. 1992 Constitution Review recommendations. President to pay tax. Number of ministers to be capped at 25. Deputy minister positions to be scrapped. MPs to cease being ministers. Government releases 7.4 million cedis to clear 64 containers of medical supplies. National Security holds SSS awareness creation campaign for Greater Accra Market Queens. Ambulance case. Court admits audio recording of conversation between Jakpa and AG. Daily Guide. 2.37 million euros ambulance case. I met Dami in Kulendi's house, Jakpa. Constitutional Review Committee proposes 277 MPs. Kaswa soldier, killer in quotes, charged with murder. Government allocates 7.429,694 to clear medical goods. Baumia presents laptops to students. New Weekend Crusading Guide. Jakpa tells court he requested meetings with AG as secret recordings admitted by judge. Call of strike, return to work. NLC orders NIA's division of PSWU. Kenyan governors impressed by Jospon's expertise in waste management. Deputy Minister pays working visit to regulatory entities. Government must change laws allowing earnings from exports to be repatriated. Professor Isaac Bwedi. Okankwe North, NDC member arrested for falsifying birth certificates. My focus is to develop a Tiwa West constituency, Koko Asante pledges. The Insight. After claim of Ghana's cocoa price highest is exposed, Baumia convoy booed at Edum. Rape of our natural resources. It's only in Africa. Buyers determine the price. Author blasts poor leadership skills of African governments. Akufo-Addo has supervised the most reckless economy since 1957, claims Franklin Kujo. Sempi Akwashonche hails Asante in his visit to Gas State. Palestine, PSC, SMG, car parade hits Accra Moro in protest of Israeli apartheid occupation. UN Commission of Inquiry accuses Israel of committing crimes against humanity in its ongoing Gaza war. The Herald. Desperate Attorney General called fancies cheap and easy to buy. Richard Jakpa explodes in courtroom, drops name, says Dami wanted by election after Tufosin jailed. Opuni dares Boahin Edu to justify empty coffers claim, demands 2017 audited report on COCOBOT. NDC outdoors 2024 campaign team next week. Greatco ECG announces 3-week doomsaw, cites gas supply from Nigeria. Ohininto tells Jin Mensah to emulate Afarijan's objectivity for better elections 2024. The Daily Statesman. Steady progress in health sector. La General Hospital, Wejagbawe Children's Hospital project in full force. Over 13 million seedlings distributed on Green Ghana Day. First Smart School block commissioned. IEA urges government to establish fiscal council to check overspending. The Daily Searchlight. This happened in Ghana. Injured old woman dies after Winneba Hospital abandons her in the bush. And this story was broken by UTV News, I believe yesterday or Wednesday. Till today, I have not seen a response or a statement from the Winneba Hospital nor the Ghana Health Service. There's something seriously wrong in this country. Sinking cedi, Ghanaians pay shipping companies billions of dollars a year for demurrage. Dr. Baumia presents tablets to Pokuwari students. Hazardous paints invades the market. CPA warns the public on health risk. Education Minister given an award for his good works. The new finder. 3 weeks doomsday looms due to reduced gas supply from Nigeria. Kufuor scholars launch voter education campaign at graduation ceremony. Kokobot touts 2 billion cedis profit in 2023. Aggressive fight against swollen shoe disease. Over 13.8 million seedlings distributed for Green Ghana Day. Daily Post. Master craftsmen and apprentices to enjoy special packages under Mahama. Jospon sanitation model impresses Kenyan Council of Governors. AG asks for my help to jail Atuforsin and get him off his parliamentary seat, Jakba. The Catholic Standard. Opoku Ajiman, ordained Bishop of Konongo Mampong. New secondary education curriculum to inculcate Ghanaian values in youth, NACA. Role of Catholic Church in nation building indispensable, Speaker. Catholic Church in Africa booming, but faces big challenges. Pope Francis tells priests to keep homilies short as people fall asleep. Editorial. Is this the last hope for ending the deadlock on the clearance of the Global Fund imported medications? That's a question the editorial of the Catholic Standard has posed this morning. And that's about it for the front pages. We'll be back shortly.
Dear Peshe into the Mika Kupi Mo Homa. I am maybe a new fee in 40 to 45 years. And 9 million Yasen PUP. And I didn't to my Akatan home or that room. Now, Brian, one or more Mantimu home Casano. And I'm which we say, answer any more homono. We are in Muhono who say, Amulansa. And no fee a year uniba by Sabia, and a baby mameno edc hormone. Omo unifi come no modini see a year nimu, and a modini see a hormone, and 3 days in ye. And Abraham mameno war almost omu nimno, omo and I'll be omuko unity to no, walk crony, Neja cra, and I'm one more man Timo, so a new mameno, and Tomufi say a beer, or my baby woman, a bush of. Or da walk me and ra more homo for a church and say we woo and say could do homono na washre nemqua or da home. Now bra this year no airbo a uniba abaya sabiano subose omo and oma be jama many days you hono. Ye njemu sa ye ko a uniba trauma and any Dr. George Pra echo Casaya no medical superintendent a hospital and say yes ampa. Mameno, Bayer said Busumi, and Omonia Quincia, Ewa Ujobi, Equanosuna, Ambulanza, and Amquanos, SSL Modiba, a Uniba Homo. Now, one or Moka or the Hono, a Mubusa for ABBEY, a Momobeshe, a Munkofa Momu or Bimu de Coy. Now, Mammy, we fit down more than a bayeno. A Buseni Bako crying, and not say, or Ba Sabio or Abba Bestrano. And that's in the DDMU, the Bibiani and Negu Hospital, no so. Actually, to know Aquentiano, Nya, no, Unya, Adum Yare, into a woman or Kikim, or the how Cassia and Abba, I Sabiano so. And the Coban Sano, almost the no more when you sang, come back to me, as an Yare, with me, actually, if you can no more than Ako. Now, so Amoya Nisa, Mammy, no one to know. And Omoya say, Omuveko, a Krumu Hawk, announcement that some Sabeka, a Mamnebusia for Abraham Mugusu, a no, na Quetri, Omonkasakra Mabre, and a Dr. Fona, almost a I are for no one and a George Pray, catcher and say, Mamine distepo, I are for no more, a Mantemu, a hospital only 2 months. On no send the Busa Fomba, and I send Nadia came to Nikakano, Tiantimu, Romo, Homo, and almost Nyombe to me, and they say, so also Jobina Fridia, and they do Jobina Busa for now, Mom Pesa, Ombabe Shawono, Ombabe Fowl, and no some more Jama Minato, a Rumu Homa, Bedu Kasi, Mammy Asher Ninkwa.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. And this was the UTV report that I was referring to about the story about a lady who's alleged to have been abandoned at the bush by the Winneba Hospital. But with me on the show this morning is Nana Komi, who's the Managing Director of STC. Nana, good morning.
Morning, Raddy.
Also with me on the show this morning is Member of Parliament for the North Tongue constituency and also ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament, the Honorable Samuel Kujato Ablakwa. Sammy, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Doc.
Right. And if you're thinking of getting a toothpaste that will take care of all the family and save money, the recommended family toothpaste is KEL 360 toothpaste. It's approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. KEL 360 toothpaste provides you and your family with all-round dental protection throughout the day with freshness. KEL 360 toothpaste is good for kids, children, and adults. Let your family be a proud family when they step out by constantly using KEL 360 toothpaste. KEL 360 toothpaste brightens your teeth, prevents cavity, and with its cool mint, gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. For consistency and quality, use KEL 360 toothpaste. KEL 360 toothpaste is another product from Samara Company Limited, producers of Sasso. It's available in all supermarkets, malls, and provision shops. You can call Samara Company on 0246 864 798. KEL 360 toothpaste, happy smile. And enjoying the fruits of your labor is as important as enjoying the mansions of your labor. The pains of climbing the stairs when not exercising could be challenging for all ages. But worry no more. Lifts and elevators have got you covered with the best portable American pneumatic vacuum elevators on the market today. It's a simple self-supported elevator for both homes and offices. And guess what? You can lift your goods too. Wheelchairs can fit in, and they come in 3 custom-made models. It's affordable and can be installed within 3 days. Visit Lift and Elevators at Sakumon or just call them on 0200-535-515 or send a mail to elevatorsgh@gmail.com for consultations and the best solutions in easy vertical movements. Okay, so for those of you who've been watching the show from the beginning, when I was doing the headlines, there was a story about the old woman who was, according to a UTV report. So this was the front page of Daily Searchlight that this happened in Ghana. Injured old woman dies after Winneba Hospital abandons her in the bush. And I indicated that this story was aired by UTV on Wednesday, I believe, and I had not heard from the Winneba Hospital or Ghana Health Service. Now, my producer has just informed me that this morning, the Ghana Health Service has issued a press release. It's dated 14 June 2024. That's today. And it says, patient allegedly abandoned in a bush at Gomwa, Ojobi. And it says, attention of leadership of the Ghana Health Service has been drawn to a media story about a patient allegedly abandoned in a bush at Gomwa, Ojobi in the central region. According to the story, it is alleged that the said patient was on admission at a trauma and specialist hospital in Winneba. And after her relatives had failed to show up, she was conveyed in the hospital's ambulance and left in a wheelchair at Ojobi, where she claimed to be her hometown and was later found dead. The service, upon receiving this disturbing news, has initiated investigations into the matter to establish the authenticity or otherwise of the story in line with the existing practices in the public service to enable it to take appropriate action. The service wishes to appeal to the general public to be patient, as anyone found to be connected with this unfortunate incident will be severely dealt with in accordance with the provisions of the Services Code of Conduct. And this is signed by Dr. Patrick Kumar-Boaji, who's the Director General. Well, for those who are unaware of this story, let me play again the report by UTV.
Dear Peshe, into the Mika Kupi Mo Homa. Abra, any one or more Mantim Home Casano. And I'm which we say, Nana, any Mu Homono, any Mu Hono who say, Amulansa, and no fee a year Uniba, Baya Sabia, and a baby Mameno, ADC Homo. Omo yini fi kam na mo dini si e read nimu na mo dini si homo and 3 days eni enti abra ma me no wo ho no omu nim no omu na bebe omu ko yini ti no to ye no so no wo kro ni neja kra na ma wono mo mante mo so no eni ma me no enti omu fi se bia omu be yini esi wo ma na ebusa no da ho ko me ya enra ewiemu ho mo a nkofo echechem se wewu ansa na ekopi o ampa ekodu ho mo no na wahwere ne nkwa oda ho mo na bra adisia no ebo eyawini ba abaya resabia no subo se omo eno ma beja ma mini de si ho no yenje mu sa yeko eyawini ba trauma ene Dr. George Pra eko kasa ya no medical superintendent ewo eye hospital on do say yes ampa maame no beye se busum yenu ni na omonya akwanchia ye ojobi ekwan no so na ambulance nam kwan no so esisa omudi ba wini ba homo na wona omoka ne ho no amobusa for ebae mo be hwe omunkofo mo yi obi mu de koye na maame we efida omode ne bae no ebuseni ba kokura nye na gen se oba ayansa be ho aba besra no anase ne didie mu ne bibia ne nya na gu hospital no so eche no so no akwansia na onya adwum yare nti ewo mu na okekem ode oha kese na aba ayaresa bia no so nti ekoba ne sa no omo nso de no mu mmia mu ni asa nka ombetumi asa ne yare no wetumi akire ne fie kwan no mo de na akọ na so omo ye ne sa mami no ho nto no nti omo ye ne se omu beko kronumu ho akoya na so nta hwese mo sabeka mam na busiafo abra mo gusu no na nkwechiri omo nkasa kra mo abre enti doctor for na omo hwe ayarefo ne wo no na efre George Pra ka chere ni say mami ne disturb ayarefo no omo wo mantemu hospital ho too much onu so ne busiafo mba na say na adwia kemutuni kakra no tiatemo rohromu homo edomo so nyom betimi aya ne se so ojobi na wo free dia ene de wo kwesi ojobi na obusuafo na omo mpese omo ba be hwe wo no omo ba be fawo eno se omo akoja mame na to romu homo a bere wo ka se mame ahwe ne nkwa
Jacob mebo musi Winneba Government Hospital.
Yes, trauma. Dr. George Pra enumu asem
me madwirimu mame no chese yeso ye dede enti no ye na kosi akwantimfi kurotia se da busamfo mefa no nko sisentra.
Hello
Jacob me bisa se mame no buhye ni bia ma hospital ho
fida omode akwantia ni si ye ne buseni bia mbae ena wona omo ka ne ho na omo konya akwantia na mobusiafo abesa omo yare ede omo ko no no efi abra omo nya akwantia na omo de member say kim ebuseni bia embae pop omo da che ne 9 mienu ni nyina ayaresa efi editi kope esro efi da oba ye ne dide ne bibia no eda ayaresa bia no so and almost all my bread is as a man, Siciano, when you're Ajumiyare, into no, no, or kikim, it's almost almost him the Omobe, and I said, so all my ministry, or to be 103 dear, or the Abu Busa for no far.
Na, Sabi, Abuampo. Say, Abuabira, Nasia, a Koshe Nura. Yet the Kokromu, Ekobi Sabia, Krom Penny for say. Abwa we hwadia na se bi assemblyman abegino sa ahemfie na ye de berebe ko na yetumi ahwe abwa ne wura na omudu ojobi ho no sabi bibia nkom adwene se e bi ma hwe assemblyman omo hwe dukuro wo krom ho omo hwe mpanyifo bi wo krom ho anda ne ma me de ma ne se ma me nsi ofirimu ma emukuro eso mo de hye wo ma nya bibia sa no ne se won ko si kurotia
Sabe, one or more honor and Mokasa, almost to say, Omo or no Musamula Snabiswa, where you knew ADC home. Now, the Dika ambulance in this deny and I heard Naya, Mode, I are for the Trimuno, see Homo, and Sanomo Peja in Mamini DSO. Omedin is to Anna Pa, Mutu ambulance no Mokoi. na ọmụ na ọmụ wọ home no maame no ọmụ nnim no nti ọmụ nso ọmụ anya ho hwee ɛna nsu ɛtɔ ɛyɛ na sɛ nyinaa maame no tɔ ne nsu na abo na enura deɛ ɛtɔ ɛyɛ nyinaa abo na kɔfem tama ɔmụ tim nti yɛ deɛ yɛ pɛhwɛ nti de mirika kopie mu wɔ hɔ ma ɛyɛ maame bi a ne fie no bɛyɛ sɛ 40 to 45 years ɛna ne nan mmienu ni nyinaa yɛahyɛ ne POP ɛna yɛde ntoma akata ne ho na ɔda nwura mu na abira yɛ ne wɔn a wɔwɔ ɛyɛ man.
All right, so that's the story that UTV aired on Wednesday, and for those who do not understand Cree, basically what the report says is that there was a motor accident over a month ago, and the victims in the accident were sent to the hospital, the trauma and specialist hospital at Winneba. And according to the report, all the persons involved in the accident, with the exception of this elderly woman, have had their relatives come and taken them away after treatment. She has not had any relative come over. And after the treatment, they also suspect that she may have had some psychiatric problems or something. And so she keeps shouting and, in their opinion, disturbing the other patients and all that. And that she had indicated that she was from Ojobi earlier. So they tried to get her relatives from Ojobi. They didn't get anybody. And because they believe she had become a nuisance to other patients, she was dropped off at that place, which is in the Ojobi town. And it took 3 days. She was dropped there 3 days before the station actually aired this particular report. And so she was there for 3 days, and then she died in that bush. And so that was the story. And the UTV said they spoke with the medical superintendent, who gave them these facts as with respect to why the hospital did what they did. And so, although they didn't play us the voice or interview with the medical superintendent, they quote the medical superintendent as having given reasons why the hospital took that decision. And as I indicated, the Ghana Health Service this morning, this report was on Wednesday, and from the reporter, the incident occurred 3 days earlier, so it would have been Monday. And they are saying that the attention has been drawn to the media story, and they say they've initiated investigations into the authenticity or otherwise of the story, and they wish to appeal to the general public to be patient, as anyone found to be connected with this unfortunate incident will be severely dealt with in accordance with the provisions of the Services Code of Conduct. Sammy, I don't know what this says about the so-called God-fearing country and all that, but I will still wait for the investigation. But this story, the first time I saw it, it made me both numb and livid. I don't know.
Yeah. Man, Doc, this is really heart-wrenching, totally awful. This is not the kind of news that we want to hear, and it's just unbelievable. The measure of any society is how it treats its weakest members. It has been said. There are many protocols this hospital could have followed, many protocols. If the hospital is claiming, and the media reports indicates that they spoke to Dr. George Pra at the Winneba Government Hospital, it is the height of cruelty, of inhumanity, to just conclude that because you can't find relatives, and you claim you come from this town, we are going to dump you there. I mean, animals are not treated like that. No living thing should be treated that way. And if really Dr. George Pratt said this, told the UTV journalist this, the question I asked this morning is that, what happened to the Hippocratic oath that he swore?
Apparently she's even 44, not that old, yeah, 44. Yeah.
You know, so what happened to the Hippocratic oath? To be fair, to be diligent, to care for the sick, with utmost care, to the best of your ability. What happened to the Hippocratic oath? Chapter 5 of our 1992 Constitution is very clear. We must all endeavor to do our best to protect human life, to protect the dignity of all citizens. That is what is enshrined in our Constitution. Where is fellow feeling? Many protocols could have been followed. Winneba is such a cosmopolitan town. I remember many years ago going to the University of Education, Winneba, to campaign when I was running for Nook's president. About 18, 19 years ago, they still had, at that time, many radio stations. Yeah. Many, Windy Bay and others. There's this Peace Radio or something that has had a long battle with Peace FM, you know, and the likes, that, you know, broadcast in all of those vicinities. So they couldn't put out announcements through the media. They couldn't cause a publication in the newspapers that this lady is in distress. And it can happen to any of us. It can happen to our mothers, our sisters. It can happen to any of us, any relative. Because an accident, nobody knows where she was coming from, where she was traveling to. These accidents can happen anywhere, in no man's land, where you are a total stranger. So why didn't they follow basic protocols? Put out an announcement in the media, and you will see how many people will show up. From relatives to friends to colleagues, church members, you know. By all means, somebody will show up. And even if you think that she has developed a psychological situation or condition, is that not the more reason why you must even increase your care?
Which is even possible with an accident.
Yes, very possible. The trauma. Yeah. The trauma. You know, the trauma. So, it is the more reason why you should give her more protection, more care, and look out for her. Ghana has functioning mental health facilities. If perhaps you don't have the expertise at Winneba Government Hospital, there are mental health facilities all over this country.
But this is even serious, because if this is supposed to be a trauma and specialist hospital, yes, for accidents.
For accidents.
And maybe a person has some mental disorder as a result of a trauma associated with an accident, and this is how the person is treated. Yeah. I mean, it raises a lot of issues.
A lot of issues. A lot of issues. A lot of issues. And look, before the Ghana Health Service statement, I was expecting that following this publication by UTV, this broadcast, the board of the Winneba Government Hospital ought to have made a statement on this. The board and management should be telling us what they have done about this. And Doc, let me assure you that I'm going to speak to our colleagues on the health committee. I know Dr. Free, you, the chairman, and Honorable Akando are very progressive and proactive members of the House. We'll speak to them and make sure that the House summons these people. I know the Speaker of Parliament will be livid this morning, you know, with this coming to his attention. I mean, this is a national disgrace, national embarrassment. You know, we must all be outraged about this. It's totally unacceptable. The Ghana Health Service, you were saying earlier on that you were surprised that a statement had not been issued long ago, and I agree with you. They say better late than never. But it's, you see, this country, leadership ought to be proactive. This is such a grave matter that you don't just issue a statement and say you are going to investigate. At least you should have taken some steps immediately. What does it take, the whole Ghana Health Service? What does it take to, first of all, even just ascertain the facts quickly?
Yeah,
and put in place...
establishing whether it is the hospital that put him in an ambulance.
Exactly.
And dumped him,
exactly.
and dumped her there.
Exactly.
I mean, what does it take to establish that?
I mean, yeah. It's been about a week. Before UTV reported this, they said this had happened about 3 days prior.
Yeah.
Now this woman has died. I mean, just imagine the pain she went through. A helpless. I mean,
how could a person with both legs in POP be dumped here and expected to survive here alone for 3 days?
In the bush, without food, without water, at the mercy of the vagaries of the weather. It's been raining, we all know. I mean, this is the height of inhumanity, of cruelty. I'm so ashamed as a Ghanaian this morning. So ashamed.
Well, it's a sad story. There's no doubt about it. Very, very sad story. And I associate myself with most of the sentiments expressed by Sammy Okudzeto. From the story so far, I can't see any excuse for what has happened. If the hospital had not enough funds to treat her, there are ways of raising money. Can make a public appeal, showcase the plight of the woman, make a public appeal. If her relatives are what you wanted to contact, like Sammy said, the media is there, you do a media statement with a picture asking for relatives, somebody would recognize her. And this is not the woman who was found abandoned. This was a woman traveling in a commercial car. So obviously, this is not somebody who hasn't got family and who hasn't got family in Ghana. So from the way the story is, there's absolutely no excuse. And I associate myself with the sentiments expressed by Sammy. Also, the health service, they could have been more proactive. Even the media, from the reports, had done some investigation. Even the media. So the Ghana Health Service in 48 hours saying they are not going to investigate it doesn't give the kind of the sense of outrage that they have to bring onto this matter. So, and I'm also happy that Sammy is saying they would get Parliament to weigh in and then see how. I always like it when Parliament is engaged in a big issue, because Parliament really is bipartisan or multi-partisan, and you cannot short-circuit a process that is being initiated by Parliament. So I always like it when Parliament gets involved. And I'm hoping that in the next couple of days, the Health Service would finish their investigations and come out with what happened. Because this is totally outrageous. But beyond that, Randy, there's also, it brings to mind, Osami had made some indication that a society like Ghana, the people, the quality of people in this country, the way we treat our most vulnerable people speaks to our values as a society. Yeah. But the way we treat vulnerable people is not, it doesn't agree with the values we have as a people. Because as a people, We are generous. We are kind. We have a lot of fellow feeling.
You mean we're supposed to be?
No, we are as a people. But the way the public treatment of vulnerable people do not reflect the nature of Ghanaians. We are very kind people.
Now, have we not departed? You know where I asked if we're supposed to be. I think that is what ought to be and what is.
You see, 1 second.
Yes.
If the hospital had put up this woman, that this is a woman who was involved in an accident and whose relatives cannot be found, and she appears to have lost her mind and so on, and we're looking for some support for her treatment and to locate her relatives, Ghanaians will respond. You will see an outpouring of response. So that is our nature. But the public treatment of vulnerable people, and the reason I'm saying is, look, we're talking about a woman who had been so traumatized. Moving through Accra, in the center of the city, the most vulnerable people, mentally challenged people, walk through the streets of Accra, men and women, sometimes naked.
Yes.
You see. And the authorities have looked on.
We find it normal.
We don't find it normal. You and I don't find it normal. But the reaction of the authority, because we have all kinds of institutions, social welfare, the mental hospital, the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service. We have asylum hospitals. So you and I as individuals, we cannot go and take the mentally retarded person and put them in our car. You know how it is. You go there, they are now going to ask you to fill some 100-page form and so on. But we see them. Some of them sleep under the bridges, the interchange. We spend a lot of money to build these interchanges, and then these people go and make their homes, and you find them huddled there. Sometimes you call somebody you know who works at the asylum or care service and say, this thing that is going on. And they will tell you, oh, yeah, we'll do something about it. But we see it every day. We've seen it over the last 20 years. It's almost, but that is not our nature as Ghanaians. So, and then you see vulnerable little children begging on the streets. But the laws, the Children's Act, do not permit children to be begging. But we see it every day, in the middle of Kumasi, middle of Accra, and so on and so forth. So it brings to my mind the way the public institutions, particularly those connected with social welfare. Fortunately, my own member of parliament, the young lady, Dakwa Newman, is a new minister. As for her, I have direct access to her. I would speak to her if she can, in the next 6 months, this short period, they call them the injury time, if she can do something about the mentally disturbed people roaming the streets of Accra, Kumasi, and so on, she would have made her mark. If she can just have a team and deal with that situation so that in the next couple of months we will not see these people on the streets, and we will see that they have been taken to where they should be or where some treatment can be offered. She would have made her mark, and I'll speak to her about it. But this particular one demonstrates, all of us are outraged. That's what I'm saying. We don't find it normal. Otherwise, we would have just...
Nana, the issue of the what is and what ought to be, you know the institutions that you mentioned. If you look at budgetary allocations, they are at the bottom. They are the institutions that we give the least to, which in a way also is an expression of what we think about the vulnerable people. Because if you think highly, if you believe that something ought to be done, you obviously will act in ways that will show that you mean that. If you speak with if we were to call the social welfare today, they will tell you, and you have been minister there before, so you would realize that the social welfare department, I don't know if it's still a department, yes, is one of the least resourced in this country. And anytime the issue about kids on the streets and all that come up, and you interview them, then you find out the constraints that they have. Same with the psychiatric institutions, the mental health, the mental health institutions. They have lamented from Dr. Asari, who's the one who many people, maybe under 60, remember, till the current one. They have always complained
about
money, the kind of resources that we put there, the kind of attention that we put in those institutions. So all these institutions that we have created that should be responsible for these things are so under-resourced. So that even when people are fighting for places and positions and places to go, these are not the institutions that they even think about. All I'm saying is that our actions, our actions don't demonstrate that indeed we care. So when I say that, for example, the ones we see every day, it's become normal, it's because the outrage that we express today, we do not express that level of outrage and do not do something about it when we see these things every day. That's just the point I'm making.
I agree to what you are saying. I mean, money is always a problem. There's no doubt about it. But some things do not require all the money.
Yes.
I mean, this thing that's happening at the hospital, if they came to tell us that they didn't have enough money to care for the woman, we would say, but is that the way to treat them?
In fact, the reason cannot even be money.
Yes. But assuming that they come to tell us it is money, is that the way to deal with the matter? Now, if the Ministry of Health or the mental hospital and so on remove 20 or 30 people off the streets and take them to the mental hospital and say that we've removed these people from the streets, they've been abandoned by their relatives, we have a duty of care to them, we don't have money, we are appealing to government and benevolent individuals and institutions to come to our assistance for these 50 people who obviously are not in control of their minds. They are on the streets and naked, not because that's what they want to do, but And if they did that and dramatized it a little, when we had this problem with the kidney,
the renal unit,
the kidney something, and we're not even happy with the way the major hospitals treated the matter. You remember? Because they said they were not going to offer treatment.
Yes.
And because of the outrage and things that were expressed, as we speak, there's a major intervention by the Ghana Health Service. Is it health insurance or somebody? The Ghana
National Health Insurance.
The health insurance.
As part of their anniversary.
And they've come out now to say they're going to offer kidney treatment for free for people below 18 or so, and so on and so forth.
The 2 million citizens.
Yeah. So you can see the response. So to just say, well, we don't have money and so we'll go and dump somebody at the roadside. No. Because as for money, it will always be an issue. But it's not everything. I mean, these children begging on the streets, Randy. And the laws don't allow children to beg on the streets. So me, when they come to my car, I tell them, hey, I'll call the police to arrest you. Then they run away. That's what I tell them. If an adult comes and you have some coins, you give it to them. But if when the children come, I tell them, hey, I'll call the police on you, and then they run. You let a car run over one of these children at
On the street somewhere.
On the street somewhere. Let it happen. You see. So I'm saying something can still be done, even in the constraint of money. And with this one that we are talking about, even if you don't have money, let the public know that we are looking for her relatives. The hospital is not in a position to care for her indefinitely, and so on. There will be some response. But look at what they've done. Gone to dump her, and it looks like she was dumped in a bush.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not even at a police station.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So unless they would tell her they didn't have money to cut her to the police station.
So COVID Capital of the Consumer Protection Agency, it says that the reason this does not happen in advanced countries is because people, institutions, and governments are held accountable and taken to court and made to pay for their negligence. In this case, the hospital, the minister, and government, anyone who knows the family should have them get in touch with the Consumer Protection Agency for legal assistance. And Newton ABBEY Justice says sometime last year, a man traveling on a bus from Sunyani to Accra was reportedly taken ill and was dumped off in the middle of nowhere along the highway in the eastern region and died in the bush. This is heartbreaking.
Now, taking a cue from Kofi Kapito.
Yes.
Let Parliament hold a hearing on why mentally disturbed people are sleeping on the streets. Let a parliamentary committee hold a hearing. You'll see. You'll see. And let them come and tell the committee that our budget is not enough.
Well, I mean, that would be the thing. They'll tell you that the place is crowded because they actually have 6 times.
Yeah. I know, but
number.
I'm saying
Yes.
let the parliamentary committee hold a hearing.
You
will see if it's money, you will see there will be some inflow. You will see an improvement in the situation.
Look.
So when Kofi Capital is talking about accountability, that's where Parliament should hold these people, because Parliament votes the money. So if the money is not enough, Parliament should be told that the money is not enough.
I believe that, look, gradually, this values and whatever, that's why, and I don't disagree with you, but I still want to look at the what ought to be and what is. And I think the what is not the what ought to be. Because look, in dealing with this story, my mind just went back to me sitting here last year, and looking at these old pensioners picketing. And for the period that they picketed, and the disrespect, the fact that officials were even lying to them, were refusing to meet them, were giving them deadlines that we could not meet, and that spectacle of having to see them picket every day, and some of them even bring their destitute relatives and others. I mean, it was so heartbreaking. I mean, how can you do that?
So the fact that it is heartbreaking shows that is not our values. Otherwise, we would not be heartbroken.
We are departing.
So who is departing?
All of us. All of us. Because you see, we are the same people who...
The distinction I'm making is that we as human beings, those are not our values. We are kind, we are considerate. That's why we express outrage. That why are we allowing elderly citizens to come and sit in the sun?
But those who allow that, they are also us.
But that's what I'm saying.
Those at the hospital.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
Those who drove and dumped the person, they are us.
But I'm saying that they are officialdom, and their behavior doesn't reflect our values. That's my point. That a Ghanaian is not like that. Ordinarily, the Ghanaian is not like that. So this behavior of officialdom, it's letting us down. I mean, this thing that they mentioned some doctor. Now we don't have the full facts, but let's say the hospital. Everybody who hears the story is outraged because that is not our value. And if they had taken steps to bring this to the attention of Ghanaians in general, there would have been a response. So I'm saying, you let Parliament hold the Ministry of Health and the Mental Health and the Social Welfare people to a hearing and ask them why we have children begging on the streets. Ask them why we have mentally retarded people sleeping naked on the you see.
Anyway,
Look,
yes, sir.
Because like Caputo said, it's accountability.
I insist that there can be no justification for this. Absolutely no justification for this. And as Nana Komia has said, this should be a watershed moment for broader reforms when it comes to caring for the vulnerable, taking care of the least amongst us, those who are physically challenged, those who are the wretched of the earth, as Frantz Fanon calls them, those who do not have the privileges that many take for granted. If you look at what we have done over the years, you rightly pointed it out, that you see increasingly that we are not prioritizing the care for the vulnerable. So take a look at our budgets, for example. Some of the things that we prefer to spend on. Not too long ago, I did an analysis of our health budget together with the expenditure patterns of the National Health Insurance Authority. And you see that we were ready to spend in just 1 year, this year, over 2.6 billion Ghana cedis on so-called digitalization programs, which were largely duplicative. Largely. And most of them dubious in nature. If you ask for the objective, how that will transform the health sector, you'll get all kinds of nebulous and amorphous explanations, which cannot be a priority. That does not resolve the fact that if you go to key hospitals in our country today, MRI machines are not working, X-ray machines are not working. Go to 37 hospitals, one of our foremost hospitals, their imaging department. No MRI is functioning. You have to be moved, even a patient who has been rushed there to their ICU has to be sent to another facility out of the hospital. And it's been going on for months. The last time the Honorable Aveji asked the former health minister how many MRI machines we have in this country, it was less than 10 across the country. Half were not even functioning. And yet, one of the contracts that I put under scrutiny for this so-called digitalization, Lightwave, consistently every month, the last time I checked, they have received 348,980,039 Ghana cedis and 23 pesos. They are paid every month. So when the health ministry tells us that they don't have money to clear health products that have been stuck at the ports, medicines that were largely donated to us by the Global Fund for over a year, and yet on a monthly basis as I track all these very amorphous digitalization initiatives, which nobody can convince me is a priority. They are paid monthly, promptly, even after they have paid them advance, single source contracts. So it is not that the money is not there. It is what the money is being used for, what we prioritize. And yet, in this country, Doc, do you know that for many years, when health insurance was launched, For many years, until recently, even that has not been done fully. Mental health was not part of the package. The mental health practitioners have been advocating for years, over a decade. Mental health, not part of the package. They can't benefit under health insurance. So you wonder, what kind of people are we? And we can look on. There's a whole health ministry, Ghana Health Service, and then medicines over a year. I'm now seeing a statement from the Ministry of Health that they've received some 7.4 million after a year. Government owes government. Government, you can't call the director of the ports, release those medicines. And look at the international embarrassment. You think next time, WHO and all these other international partners who are helping us will assist you. And it is this same ineptitude that led to a situation where childhood vaccines, can you believe that? For the first time in this country's history, childhood vaccines were in short supply. We had to go and beg Nigeria. You remember I had to reveal that when they were concealing that fact from us. We had to go and beg the Nigerians that, please, you have excess, give us more from your stock. Our children are dying. Ghana used to be the country everybody looks up to, the shining star. So I agree with you that there's a certain deterioration, there's a certain national decay, and we ought to wake up. Kofi Kapito is right about the lack of accountability. We are beginning to see these things as normal. It's all about people are taking positions and they don't see the risk, the fact that it's challenging. It's not about your Land Cruiser, your saloon car, your business class or first class tickets. I hear the current government, they like to travel first class. It is not about the perks of office. It's a real life and death situation. If you don't sit up and you are not diligent, you are not professional, lives will be lost. You are virtually destroying livelihoods. People are not looking. I mean, when people are appointed, all we see is fanfare, jamboree, chiefs and community elders, friends, they come and they throw a party, and right from vetting, nobody is pausing to reflect that, hey, Minister of Health, you don't be small job. Director General, Ghana Health Service. There are millions whose survival depend on you. No accountability. Elsewhere, by now, nobody will even tell these people to resign. All those in the chain. Other countries, where they take leadership serious. By now, whoever is in charge of Winneba Government Hospital has voluntarily resigned. By now. Ghana Health Service Director General will have resigned. But here we are. And you see, Nana Kumia made a point about our response to these matters if there was a media publication or even if they reached out. Look, as members of parliament, we all know that virtually on a weekly basis, hospitals in our constituencies will reach out to you. Oh, there's this particular case. Oh, there's a special, matter here. Can you intervene? If these people at the hospital, in the management, had reached out to even the member of parliament, and we all know that the Honorable Afenyo Makin is one of the very progressive members of parliament, very, very progressive. I doubt that he would not have intervened, or the MCE would not have intervened. So there can be no justification for this. And look, this should serve as a wake-up call. Have you noticed that the children on our streets are increasing? Have you noticed? Oh, yeah. We are making a lot of noise about free education, free education. We have abolished the shift system. It was during Professor Nana Jinopoko Ajiman's tenure that the shift system was abolished. So nobody can claim that the children you are meeting on the streets during school hours, They probably will go to school in the afternoon.
It's an enterprise, and we know.
Yes.
And yet we are not doing anything about it. We know it's an enterprise.
Yeah.
We know that those kids are recruited.
Yes.
We know that it's a commercial venture.
It's a commercial venture. They have masters. But you see, these children have become pawns. Their future is at stake.
We know.
And we are living with it. So our tolerance levels, the things that should make us outrage, that should annoy us. I mean, elsewhere, the number of protests that will have happened today, the demand for heads to roll, for people to be held accountable, you can't even stand the heat. You yourself will run out of that office. The time has come for this nonchalant attitude, for us just accepting anything, and then leadership takes us for granted, and it's one excuse to the other. That has to stop. And we need to have a reawakening, new conscientization, return to the real Ghanaian values. Because these days you wonder, what are our new values? It is about holding the rich in high esteem, sycophancy for the powerful, we don't question them. Those who live abroad, I see something trending even lately.
The Dutch passport against a PhD.
A Dutch passport is better than a PhD and all of that. Our values have been turned upside down. The things that are respected, that are held in high esteem, you wonder why we should be accepting that. So this should prick the conscience of the nation, and we need a reset. We cannot live under such conditions.
All right. Okay.
What you see, Kofi Kapito made a point, and I believe that is the core of the issue. Accountability. I disagree with Samuel Kujato's point that digitalization is the way forward for everybody in the whole world. There have been instances where Ghanaians travel abroad and they are totally lost.
I haven't said digitalization doesn't. It's a duplication of the contracts.
But it's also...
Many contractors doing the same thing.
It comes to accountability. If you believe that there was some difficulty with the operations, bring the people. That's what I'm saying. Accountability. And Parliament's role is central. It's unfortunate that we've come to the end of this particular Parliament. But it is accountability. When somebody sees that some officials have been dragged to Parliament over some lapses in their services, the other officials will sit up. We talk about this in here all the time, local government. We have said that the weakness in the local governance system is a major cause of some of the difficulties that we see. If a DCE at, say, let's say MCE at Okaikwe is brought to book because they've allowed kiosks to be mounted in unauthorized areas, Randy, you know what will happen? The MCE at Dansoman will say, hey, these people, he's seen his colleague being dragged to a parliamentary. Let me sit up. So the system becomes self-correcting. So it is the accountability. When people do not believe that they will be held accountable. Samuel Kujo talked about MRI machines and so on, Korle Bu and so on. We all know it. When you speak to people working at Korle Bu, they will tell you that, well, we generate IGF, all right, but it goes to somewhere, whether the Ministry of Finance or something, and they now have to then go and apply for some of it to use. So they blame the way the system is. If Parliament holds an inquiry and brings the people in the public hospitals, Korle Bu, Ridge Hospital, and say that, how is it that equipment is bought for you, and in 2-3 years, they become obsolete. Are you not recovering costs? Maybe they are not recovering costs. Let them tell you that, yes, we are not being allowed to recover costs. How do we solve it? Or let them tell you that, yes, we charge for the equipment, but the money goes here and we don't get it. How do we resolve it? So that is the way to move the society forward. And Parliament's role is so key because Parliament has the power of the purse. So if Parliament finds that a public institution has been derelict in their functions, Parliament can always bring that public institution and say, we are giving you money to do this work. Why are you not doing it? And the society will move forward. So that accountability that is missing, let's bring it back. And the best place institution to do that is Parliament. This Parliament has only another maybe 6 months. I don't know if they're going to have the focus of mind to do these things and so on, but maybe the other Parliament. But Parliament is key. You let them hold just one public hearing on this mental people roaming the streets. Let them hold one public hearing and warn the other people that all of them will be coming to answer questions. You'll see, there will begin to be a change.
So Nana, what do you say to those people who say that on this issue of using Parliament for accountability and all that? We've had a Public Accounts Committee for years. They hold sittings. The sittings are even televised. Every year, we go from bad to worse. Same infractions, the values keep increasing.
So one second, the Public Accounts Committee itself would have to start by itself. That how come we hold hearings and then the next year the same thing is repeated? What is the deficiency in the system? Let's correct it.
You've identified it.
I remember there was a time when the Public Accounts Committee said they were not seized with the court system. And the Chief Justice at that time reacted, said, if this is the problem, then I'm going to set up special courts to hear cases arising out of public accounts hearings. You see? So that was a movement forward. I don't know how.
But that still has to be initiated through the Attorney General's department, because if it's criminal prosecution, it is still vested in the Attorney General.
And Public Accounts Committee should be able to call the Attorney General to a hearing and say, we had this bottleneck. The Chief Justice had made an offer. What is the situation? You see, once you situate the accountability, you see.
That's the executive. So, why I keep asking this is that if we are not careful, some people listening to us might think that, look, we are excusing the responsibility of the executive.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yes, because at the end of the day, if you look at all these institutions, about 90% of those in leadership positions are voted there by the executive. In fact, there's the executive that prepares the budget. It's the executive that determines that, look, pay our pairs, this is what we want to allocate to this. Yes, Parliament can try and do something, but a lot of these things emanate.
Listen, what we are talking about is the failure of people in the executive, isn't it? That's what we are talking about.
So we're asking Parliament to come to the rescue.
And who checks the executive? Which institution is best placed to check the executive? So let's say this hospital, Winneba Hospital matter. This is a Winneba, I don't know if it's a district hospital or something. There must be a layer above it, for want of a better expression. Let's say it's the Minister for Health or the Director General of the Ghana Health Service. They have said, they've issued this release, they are now
initiated investigation.
Okay. So we are hoping that something will come out of this, that they are not going to sleep because media attention or whatever goes from it, that they are going to work. If they do their work and they are able to assign blame, all of us will be happy. And then due punishment or whatever, all of us will be happy that the executive itself. But assuming that the executive doesn't work, let's assume, are we going to fold our arms? No, we shouldn't. Because there's an institution that can bring the executive to order.
Yes.
I remember when this business about and they brought I think it was about vaccines also. And they brought the Minister of Health to Parliament.
Yeah.
Because he had been, you and I and other people had been talking about it. But when Parliament brought the minister, we were able to discover that there was a problem. The minister himself admitted it, that there was some day there.
But nothing happened.
Well, Parliament did some recommendation.
Yeah, but nothing happened.
Yes, but Parliament didn't go through with it. Yeah. But I'm saying that at least there you could see the accountability process. You see? Now, can you imagine if every week Parliament is going on this kind of exercises, calling public officials, members of the executive, and asking them why they haven't done A, B, C, D?
Is that not what they do through the parliamentary question time?
The question time is useful. It allows the minister to come and answer questions and
That
questions.
is limited.
But the hearings,
yes, they are more.
The hearings, everybody is there, and you come before a bipartisan team, and you, the particular public official. So I'm saying this one, because they say they are investigating. Otherwise, if Parliament brings them together, we'll get to the bottom of it.
All right, okay. We need to take
It's a potential in our democracy that we haven't exploited fully.
Okay. We need to take a break. When we return, okay. So there's a view out there that a man who says that he's has engaged in public accountability or accountability by public officials himself is not that accountable. And so the Shraj has been petitioned. So who holds the accountant accountable? We're back shortly. Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. And still with me on the show, Abnana Komi and Samuel Kujetu Blakwa. But what does wealth mean to you? Do you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, as God and more like God the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adom TV at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your phones, tablets, and computers and download the Game Park Games app on Play Store. You can also play on the website at www.gameparkgames.com or by dialing *946# on all networks. Just choose 4 numbers from 0 to 9. It's easy to play and easy to win. Charlie, make we play this game and make some mola. Nobody beats our odds in Ghana. Game Park Games, more mola, more power. This game is regulated by a National Lottery Authority and it's not for persons under 18. Play responsibly. Ayesoko. Dako Sombo dan be big, but Betway's cash out be bigger. Betway is giving you more control over every thrilling bet you place. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable cash out in Ghana on Betway without any hassle. Sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. It's not for persons under 18 and is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more. And Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been on the Ghanaian market for over 20 years. We already know what it does for the body. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which are known to boost your strength and energy as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been tested and tried. It's indeed the best. Blue Jeans Energy Drink is for bold and active men and women. So go and grab a cold can and power your day. It's in shops nationwide and you can reach Budget's Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 055 001 0000. Right. Now, Sammy, you're wearing a polo shirt. Nana thought you were going to play golf this morning, which says hands off our hotel's demo. Okay. And I suspect that it has to do with the SNIT issues and all that, of which you have petitioned Shiraj and all that. You tell us about the demo and all that. But part of your, or in fact, at the heart of your case to the Shiraj is your accusation of conflict of interest against your colleague MP, the MP for Impraiso. Abetifi, sorry. MP for Abetifi, the Honorable Brian Champon. And you sat on this show and also said that you are checked and he had not applied to be given permission to engage in business and all that, although he was the sole shareholder and beneficial owner of the company involved in the business. we've read that you have also been cited in a petition to Shraj of also not obtaining permission from the Speaker to engage in a business. So you are calling for equity with very dirty hands.
So they want it to look, but it's a very ridiculous petition, absolutely preposterous, unmeritorious, baseless, and a huge joke. This whole episode reminds us of what Mr. Domelevo said, that in Ghana, when you fight corruption, corruption will fight you back. That is what is going on. The Deputy Communications Director of the New Patriotic Party is the one who, I'm told, has put together this useless petition to Shraj. Totally useless. He claims that Shraj should investigate me for conflict of interest. Shraj should investigate me for operating a business without the Speaker's permission. If he had done any basic checks, basic checks, he will have discovered that the whole constituency farm project, the Volta Clenam project, was aborted many years ago, never took off. Indeed, the MPP propaganda outfit has a clip of me speaking to you on this project and explaining that because of COVID, the project could not take off. And they used that clip to say that even us as opposition MPs, we have been affected by COVID. Some of our initiatives couldn't take off. That clip, they used that clip from here. And they use that as justification.
It's part of the evidence before.
They use that as justification.
Sure.
They use that as justification for their gross mismanagement of the Ghanaian economy by saying that we have been saying COVID affected us. Russia, Ukraine affected us. This is the Honorable Kujeto Ablakwa on Good Morning Ghana, talking about how a farm project could not take off in his constituency due to the COVID climate. All his partners and the consortium of banks said that the timing was not good, so the project could not take off. They used that clip here, my voice. So how does that become an office of profit? An initiative which never took off. There is no farm. I am not making any revenues, receiving no profits. And this business about conflict of interest, where does the conflict arise? Were we going to buy a state farm? Have I bought any state farm? I have never bought any state asset in my life, never. So look, let's get serious. This doltish
So the point you're making
complaints should not even
the point you're making is that
be worthy of our time.
let me understand the point you're making. That
the initiative never took off.
let me put my understanding this way. That if the accusation
Yes.
is that by virtue of the constitution
Yeah.
to hold an office for profit or to continue holding an office for profit
Yeah.
once you become a minister or
Or a member of parliament.
you needed permission from parliament.
Yes.
And you are a registered shareholder of a commercial enterprise.
Yeah.
And you have not sought permission from the speaker.
Yes.
Obviously, that is not a conflict of interest matter.
Yeah.
That could be a breach of that provision of the constitution.
Yes. Article 98.
And Shraj will not be the place to go to. That is, if even
Yes.
that is the matter.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because Shraj's mandate has been clearly defined under Article 287 of the Constitution. But you see, this whole matter does not arise because the initiative was not consummated. It wasn't finalized. It never took off.
Okay.
Never took off. So there is no need to go for any permission. I mean, permission to do what?
Sammy, let me ask you a question because I'm trying to. Have you registered a company?
Yes, the company was registered.
As a business?
Yes.
But it is not functioning?
It's not functioning. It's not operational.
But in the books, you have registered a company for profit. It's just that.
But the GRA was long written to that we didn't take off the initiative. So that's so we don't pay taxes. We don't have an office. Nothing. There's no fund.
In fact, under normal circumstances, the registrar of companies should have struck out a company.
Yes.
Because you don't file returns.
Exactly. We don't file returns. We've written to them. The initiative didn't take.
You have written to them to strike out the registration.
Yes, and that we can't pay taxes and all of that because
I remember there was an issue about you not paying taxes.
Yes,
and then
it's not. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's not the first time they are trying to raise that project.
Okay, so on the books, you are a director of
a defunct, an initiative that didn't take off.
But how would the person know it didn't take off?
Because when
they
checks.
No, I'm saying when they go to the records, they will see your name there as a director of a company.
Yes,
they would not know.
If you go to do a search today, you see his name there.
This is what I'm saying.
So, but to head to Shraj.
Just
conflict of interest. Shraj is supposed to investigate conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So what do you go to Shraj for? That I found an MP's name.
Yes.
Registered with the company.
No, I think,
so there's conflict of interest. Shraj, investigate.
Okay. From what they are saying is that, and that's my second question.
Yeah.
Have you sought the speaker's permission?
There was no need. There was no need.
So you don't have.
There was no need because the initiative was aborted. The climate was not good. So.
Okay. But there's a company standing in your name at the Registrar General.
Many companies.
Yes.
There's a
one company.
Yes.
Oh, many companies are standing in your name.
Which are now defunct. Yes. Including Service Solutions, which was registered about.
That is if they've not been
which was registered about 20 years ago, which are all defunct.
But at the Registrar General's department.
You don't just go to Registrar General and say, can we find his name somewhere else? You must do due diligence.
No, what I'm saying is this.
Is it a going concern? Is it still operating?
1 second. The citizen, he finds your name at the Registrar General.
It's not a citizen. These are your colleagues, your collaborators. An MPP executive. Don't say citizen. Okay. We know what is going on.
There's no problem.
You are trying to trivialize a serious matter of Snit Hotel sales. That's what is going on.
Randy, but this is not fair. Okay. I'm speaking.
No, why you say you mean that?
No, he's trying to. Yeah. Okay. A citizen.
Is that
this
fair?
Is an MPP plot. Corruption trying to fight
Is that
corruption.
fair?
That's what is going on.
That's
I'm just saying the precise.
That's why I asked him whether it's you or.
Okay, Randy. Me, I don't know about this case. Sam is just
really?
Oh, you've not read about it?
I've read about it, but really? I was asking you, what is it about? I was asking him, what is it about? I've heard that some people have taken Samuel Kujeto to Shrag about conflict of interest, but I haven't delved into it. That's what I was asking, what is it about? Now, from his narration, I'm just seeking clarification. Now, let's say my collaborators. I like to please Samuel Kujeto. There's no problem. So
your protege.
you are even kinder than because protege is kinder than collaborators mean they are doing something evil. But somebody goes to Registrar General.
Yes.
He finds that Samuel Kujeto is a director of a couple of companies. They don't know whether the company is functioning or not. They find your name there, that you are a director of a company. They find out that you haven't obtained permission to engage in an enterprise. So they go to Shrag. It is up to you now to go to Shrag and convince Shrag.
Okay, first of all, Shrag will have to establish whether there's a prima facie case, whether their jurisdiction has been properly invoked.
Yes.
And if their time is not being wasted.
Fine. So let's leave it to Shrag. As for these people, they are doing their citizens' work. It's if Samuel Kujeto had told me that he hasn't gotten a company, his name is not registered at the Registrar General as a director of anything, then I'm like, but then what is the basis
but
of
Nana,
that?
you and I know that if, for example, the Constitution says that if a minister or an MP wants to hold an office for profit, he needs to go and take permission.
Yeah.
From it. If a minister has not done that, where citizens seek redress, it's not Shraj.
Where do they seek redress?
Well, you probably can petition Parliament, or if you think that it's breached the Constitution, you want to go to the Supreme Court or whatever, you can go and do that and say that this, because we know what Shraj is expected to do.
Now, let Shraj tell them that, well, I don't see any conflict of interest.
Fine.
So I don't.
Fine.
But they've taken it to
But
Shraj.
the person must at least tell us that this is the conflict of interest that has been occasioned by virtue of this. That's why
They would tell you
Yes.
that as a member of Parliament,
Yes.
You don't have permission to engage in business.
So
And
where
you are
is the
engaging
conflict
in
of
business.
interest?
We're supposed to get a permission.
So that's the
So
conflict
you've
of
breached-
interest?
No, I'm saying let Shraj tell them
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Now, Sami, okay, so is it true? You've brought this thing to my attention. I haven't seen this video. Did you say here, I don't remember, I don't know if I was here, that there was some collaboration, business collaboration, but it didn't happen because of COVID?
Yeah, over here, yeah.
So
you people have shared that video widely. Your
So-
collaborators have been sharing that video. That, yeah, you see, this is initiative didn't take off.
Yes,
because of COVID. And when we also say that because of COVID we've had challenges, they don't want to agree. They've been sharing it.
So, okay.
All over the place.
So if you said so, that I had this business arrangement with these investors to collaborate to do this business, but because of COVID, the project hasn't come on. Anybody listening to you would assume that you have a business concern going, isn't it? I don't remember
But
you.
that was
Maybe I
proud
wasn't
to
here.
this Parliament.
Sorry?
That was proud to this Parliament.
No, but I'm saying it establishes the fact that Samuel Kujeto has a business concern going. Yes. And then you go to Registrar General, you find his name as director of one or two companies. Then you go and check at Parliament, he hasn't sought permission. So the person is within their rights.
To initiate
to
the
find-
conflict of
When
interest
that
action.
same person
I'm saying
circulating
if-
videos of an initiative we didn't take off.
That's why I'm asking you that. Did you say here
This is
that there
just
was
a
some
waste of our time.
there was
Total
some
mistake.
business collaboration which didn't take off? Did you say it here?
Oh, he did.
Because I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't here.
Oh, he did.
But if you said that, oh, I'm having this business collaboration with these people to do ABC, but that project has delayed. I'm doing it in my constituency. It's delayed because COVID. Anybody listening to you would assume that you have a business interest going and that you actually have partners coming to collaborate with you, and that collaboration hasn't happened. Anybody listening would assume so. Then they go to Registrar General. They find that you are registered as a director of a company or companies. Then they go to Parliament. They find out that you haven't gotten permission. So they would assume that you've breached some regulation. That's it. They've taken it to Shrag. If Shrag is not to be seized of the matter, Shrag will tell them that no, probably, well, if you say there's a breach, this is not the place, go to another place and so on. And it's up to you to explain that, well, yes, I'm registered. Because like you are saying, if you go, the records show at the Registrar General that you have a business going.
Okay.
We don't know
Doc,
whether the business is running or not.
I want to
Yes,
make
sir.
better use of our time this morning.
Of your time.
Look, they can.
He's asking you why you bringing this
Doc,
matter.
they can.
Oh, yeah, he says.
Doc,
Once it's in the public domain, I'll bring it.
Doc,
But he says that you have to use the time.
don't put words in my mouth. Doc,
Yes,
let
sir.
me serve notice that I'm not one to be cowed or intimidated. They should bring it on.
Yes.
I'm surprised that this is all they can find. I'm really surprised. Look, I'm used to this. Reverend Victor Kusibwati, do you know how many cases he brought against me? You know how many months we were at the Human Rights Court? He lost. The criminal
Is it the one
division.
the one he was asking the court for
Yes, that I
a
have
jail sentence?
No. The Human Rights Court was that I have breached his privacy, his right to privacy.
Which one was he asking for you to
should
be
I-
sent to jail?
Why should I publish his private documents, passports, national ID, voter ID, and all of that?
Okay.
The judge told him in the face, "You've come to waste our time."
Okay.
That I can't even tell who you are, whether in this court, whether you are Victor Kusibwati or Kwabena Edujemfi. I went through it. The judge even had mercy on me and said, "Look, you deserve some $10,000 cedis compensation," and warned his lawyers. Do you know he has appealed?
Oh, I see.
Yes, that's the latest development.
To where? Which court? Which court?
Appeal Court of Ghana. I'll meet him there. I'm ready. Look, this road is a rough road. It's not when you seek to expose wrongdoing, people come after you. I know.
You are fully aware.
It's not an easy task. So I'm ready. They should bring it on.
So
He went to the other high court, criminal division, that I should be held in contempt and jailed. He doesn't want a fine, nothing. He wants to see me in prison.
the same Kusibuati.
The same Kusibuati. Then there's a third case which is ongoing. Even they are hearing it today on the substantive matter that I've defamed him. We go to court. My lawyers, I pay legal fees and all of that. It's not easy, but we have to do it for God and country. So they should bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So, Sammy, I mean, if you say that, I don't believe there's any merit in this charge that has been brought against me, and that the people are within their rights to seek that inquiry. I don't believe there's any merit, and we'll go to SHRAG and deal with it. It's fair response.
All right.
But you agree that the people whom you've chosen to call mine collaborators, they have a right if they also see there's a lack of accountability in the activities of a public official. They also have a right to raise it, just like you also have a right to raise it. So let's wait and see what will happen.
All right.
Let me confirm
Yes.
to the Ghanaian people
Yes.
that the matter which we are all outraged about, the sale of Snate's hotels to a sitting cabinet minister, the Honorable Brian Champong, hotels which were constructed by our contributions as workers, hotels that, contrary to deceptive claims, are doing well, particularly Labadi Beach Hotel and Ridge Royale. I can confirm this morning that on Wednesday, we had very fruitful engagements with the Ghana Police Service. The Greater Accra Regional Police Commander, DCOP Ahin Kwesi Ano, met us and discussed our demonstration, which has been slated for the 18th of June, 2024, which is just
It's
next
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yes, next Tuesday.
Okay, the day after the holiday.
Yes, the day after the holiday. And we have an agreement that we are proceeding with the demonstration. So we are converging in front of Labadi Beach Hotel by 8 a.m. sharp. From the forefront of Labadi Beach Hotel, we shall proceed to La Palm Royal and then use the Gifford Road. We've agreed that we will then do a detour through the Lands Commission area to DVLA, walking upwards as we approach the Jubilee House. The Greater Accra Regional Police Commander has pleaded with us that he doesn't want us to get too close to the Jubilee House since it's a working day and all of that. We didn't want to drag it. So he says that they will want us to end around the Christ the King Church, and then they will ask the president's representatives to walk over and receive our petition at the end of this demonstration on the 18th of June. I want to commend the Ghana Police Service for the fruitful engagement so far. And we are looking forward to they carrying out their lawful mandate of offering protection. I would also like to commend a whole host of Ghanaians.
1 second.
Who
Sammy, when you were mentioning the route that you use,
yes.
I didn't see you mention Snit. You have to pass through Snit.
Passing through the hotel.
We are passing through the
Yes.
hotels. The hotels are for snake.
Yeah, but the
That's
decision,
their focus.
the decision to let go of those shares was made by SNIT and their board. So a demonstration like this to protest that decision, before you go to Jubilee House, you should pass through SNIT. In fact, I believe you should submit a copy of, in fact, you should submit a petition to SNIT. And if you want Jubilee House to have a copy,
we hear your advice, but we won't take it.
No, but why would you take it?
The folks at SNIT, let's not create a Chinese war between SNIT and government.
In fact, the last time the Attorney General said it would take a strong advice from an appeal court judge.
Yeah.
But Randy, don't you agree with my advice?
So
the one your advisor says he would take it.
Yeah, but what
you can also organize your demonstration and go to SNIT. Look, the people at SNIT, the board chairman was appointed by the president. Majority of the board members who are defiant, who are refusing to listen to organized labor, listen to Ghanaians.
That's that love Fridays.
They are appointees of the president.
Yes.
The chief executive of SNIT, the director general, appointee of the president, appointed by the president.
You don't want to waste
the
your
one
time
who is
beating
buyer.
the size of the drum.
I am not going to be hitting size of the drum.
Right.
But
The president is at the center of this. There is no way this major decision will be taken without cabinet approval.
But Randy, to be
Absolutely
fair,
no way.
Randy, to be fair,
Those who are selling, those who are buying, are the president's appointees.
okay,
Is this not the president who told us that if you want to come and use his positions for business to make money, don't come into his government? You didn't hear the president say that.
Okay, but Randy, to be fair,
And after all these weeks, the president is refusing to take action. The only thing the president has done is to ask, it's my turn to speak. You like these interjections. Allow me to. You can write down your points, and already I'm not taking your advice, so please. Look, the president, he told us that he has asked his appointees, all of them, including Anakumia, that if your aim is to do business, to make money, to engage in conflict of interest situations, better stay in the private sector. Don't come for my positions. And the president, after weeks, all he has done is to write to organized labor to go and meet the employment minister and the SNIT board, hoping that they will be convinced. Incredible. President who cannot keep his word. So we are going to the Jubilee House. Nothing will stop us from presenting our petition. We are not going to waste our time to go to SNIT. And our target is not just the sellers, but also the buyer, the cabinet minister, who the president can instruct that hands off the people's hotels. Now, let me also proceed on
let me come in for
Let me finish. You know the format of this program. I don't know why Nana is so jittery this morning. Doc, since the last time I came here, there have been 4 major developments on this. 4 major developments on this stinking deal, this unconscionable deal. So, on the 19th of May 2024, SNIT issued this statement, claiming that paragraphs 1 and 2, that the reason why management took this decision was that these hotels need capital investment, they need profitability this year, they need shareholder value, and long-term sustainability of SNIT. Creating the impression that these are hotels not doing well, that financial health is not good. I have since obtained the first major development. I have here all the financial statements of Labadi Beach Hotel and Ridge Royale. The audit firm for Labadi Beach is the globally reputable Deloitte. Look, I have been totally astonished at the profitability of Labadi. Will you believe that these documents reveal, these financial statements, that last year, Labadi Beach Hotel made a profit of 158 million Ghana cedis. The year before, 70.7 million. This is all here in the Deloitte report. I'll leave copies for you and Anako. Liquidity, cash reserves in 5 bank accounts, local banks, that Labadi Beach Hotel is not touching. 58.2 million.
One second. You said last year they made how much?
158 million.
That's 2023.
2023.
And then the year before?
70.7
That's 2022.
million. 2022.
70 million.
Yes.
Okay.
Massive profit. Massive. Then Deloitte also reveals that Labadi Beach Hotel has paid dividends of 25 million last year, 10 million the previous year. But in addition to that, taxes that Labadi Beach Hotel has paid over the last 4 years alone, 20.5 million taxes to the government. You come and tell us about lack of profitability, inefficiency. Who are you deceiving? Deloitte, according to Deloitte. And Labadi Beach Hotel is so profitable that every year they are doing social corporate responsibility. And last year, they were at the Wager Leprosarium. We're discussing values, care for the vulnerable. I salute the management and the board of Labadi Beach Hotel. They spent 299,000 just feeding.
The MD attended Accra Academy.
Yes, Accra Academy is doing something very good.
How about La Palm? Do you have for La Palm?
Please, let me flow. I'm just on the first major discovery.
Yes.
So, this claim that these hotels are not profitable is a bogus claim. In any case, you want to distract me this morning. I refuse to be distracted.
Just let me have a look to us that a distraction.
Look, in any case, Doc.
Yes.
Doc.
Yes.
If the reason why these hotels should be sold is that they are making losses, they are not profitable, then Nana Komia's STC, where Nana Komia is, should have been the first to go. If you go on the SNIT website, when SNIT reports on its investments, do you know that SNIT is reporting on its website that it has 80% shares in STC?
Yeah.
Intercity STC Coaches Limited. 80%. And yet, according to SIGA, the latest SIGA report, Nana Komia's STC, 2017, they made losses of 28.9 million.
2017.
2018, 18.1 million. STC alone.
Nana
SIGA.
Is here,
This is the SIGA report.
But that was the year that they paid something to government.
This is the SIGA report.
Or they were repaying a loan.
I'm reading an extra from the SIGA report.
Right.
I'm sure Nana has seen it. 2019, a loss of 27.9 million. 2020, the COVID year, 32.5 million. That's one we can live with it. 2021, when Labadi in 2020 made a small loss, not as huge as this. Yes. But 2021, they had picked up, making 38 million profit. Nana Komia's
2020 all hotels
2021.
Yes.
Immediately, first year they picked up. Nana Komia's STC couldn't pick up.
Okay.
A loss of 52.4 million. The current loss, according to SIGA, average loss per annum, 32 million.
On the average?
Yes. When are workers going to get our fair and appropriate returns from our investment in STC?
So what's the point you're making?
The point I'm making is that it is hypocrisy, double standards, for these people to claim that the reason why they are selling these hotels is that they are not making profit.
So what they should be selling should be rather...
It's rather STC.
Like their interest in companies like STC.
So Nana Komia will come and join us in the trenches in opposition. Let's sell it. I'm sure the VIP guys, those who are running the private, I'm sure they rather have a better reputation than STC. So it is a bogus claim. I also have here the financial statements of Ridge Royal. It is also a very healthy company. Now, La Palme and Elmina, they were doing well until a few years ago. And it is clear that it is bad management practices. I put out memos from La Palme where an acting managing director, just acting for 6 months, demands $18,000. How can you make profit? In addition to her salary.
A Ghanaian acting manager
doesn't even want it in cedis. Ghanaian. And yet, when they are selling their hotel, the one they sold to Brachampo and Kumasi, he insisted that he would do a CD transaction. But then the people running this, when they must pay transaction advisor, they say dollars, $500,000, same capital. When they want bonuses for themselves, they say dollars. $18,000. Look, we are not angry enough in this country.
It was for what period?
6 months. $3,000 a month.
I think I've seen that.
Yes, I put out
that's
those
what
memos.
I saw. I saw 3,000. That's what
Yeah,
I saw.
At the
$3,000
time when
a
the
month.
company was making terrible losses.
Making losses. Making losses. Then there is a second major discovery. Let me come to the second major discovery. I have also discovered that contrary to claims, and Nana Komia has been the one trumpeting that we are going to get value for money. That is such a good deal. We'll get good returns. That the Honorable Brian Champon is bidding super. He's bidding so well. He's offering Ghana so much money. I have intercepted memos from SNET which reveal that those claims again are bogus claims. Totally bogus claims. If you look at the memos that I've intercepted, I found the memos. La Palme Royal, according to Smith's own valuation, and let me state for the record that I now have 2 valuations.
2?
Yes. The valuation done under Ernest Thompson.
Right.
In 2012.
Right.
I have a copy here. I have a copy here. Far higher than the current valuation for this transaction.
Well, some of them have been run down.
Yes, so even the valuations, there are questions. But let's go with the current valuation.
Who did the current valuation?
Is it not Sam?
Yes.
The current valuation?
Yes, some capital. So, if you look at their own valuation, their transaction advisor advised them that these 4 hotels, and already you started with 6, you should not have allowed Brian Champon to select the juiciest 4 out of the 6, leaving out Buzia and
Are you saying that it is...
It's a breach of the procurement
No, are you
process.
saying that it is Rock City that opted for the 4?
Yes.
They requested for the rescoping.
Exactly, the rescoping that they want 4. They want the juiciest, where the profitability is. Now, if you look at these memos, Smith's own advisors and valuation reports, they said that these 4 hotels, we should be getting $121 million from it.
The 4.
From the 4. Brian Champon has offered $61.2 million. So where from this claim that there is value for money in this transaction? No value for money. Absolutely no value for money.
I don't understand. Can you say that again?
Brian Champon's offer for the 4 hotels
and what is the value?
Is $61.2 million.
What is the value?
The value for the 4 is $121 million.
According to the transaction advisors.
According to the transaction advisors.
That's the same capital.
Yes. And
Where
it's all here. And if you look at the breakdown, in the case of Elmina Beach Resort, transaction advisors are saying that your minimum that you should go for, that you should accept from anybody, should be $4.7 million.
Minimum.
Yes, so minimum 4.7. They give you a range, and then maximum 13.7. That is the fair market value.
Between 4 to 13.
Between 4 to 13.
But the fair market value is 13.
It's 13 actually. Okay. 13. Brian Champon is taking it for $2.4 million.
So half of the minimum.
Half of the minimum. Can you believe that?
Which hotel is this one?
Elmina Beach Resort. Can you believe that?
Bejaya.
La Palme. The valuers and the transaction advisors say that minimum $37.8 million. But the range really, the real market value, $47.1 million.
So 30 or 32?
37 to 47
so
million.
So 37 million minimum, 47 maximum.
Minimum 37, maximum 47.
Okay.
Brian Champon is offering only $21 million. Okay. That is the Rock City offer. Okay. So why is anybody telling citizens that there is value for money here? Okay. And that Brian Champon is doing us such a big favor. Is offering such a great amount. So we are being shortchanged. There is no value for money.
What
here.
about the others?
Now, the third major discovery is shocking. Look, every aspect of this deal is so shocking. So I have intercepted filings from GRA of Rock City. And the claims that are being made that, Rock City, they have such grand hotel management skills. They are the best in Africa and all of that. I was shocked to discover that their latest filing, filed in April this year, 2024, by Mr. Boating, they are making losses. Can you believe that? Rock City declared losses for 2023 when Labadi Beach Hotel is making 158 million cedis in profit. Rock City made losses. Indeed, when you go through the entire record, it was only in 2021 that Rock City made profit. And their highest profit is 1.6 million Ghana cedis. 1.6, which is what Labadi Beach Hotel is using for community service, corporate social responsibility. Incredible. So where from this claim that Rock City has some superior management skills, superior financials, and they are coming to save these hotels? It's rather Labadi Beach Hotel that should be swallowing Rock City. And when you read the Deloitte report, Deloitte is so impressed with the management at Labadi. They say that they have 40 years of expertise. I didn't know that we have spent money on the management to the best universities in hospitality. Build their capacity. Send them to some of the best brands in the world. 40 years experience, according to Deloitte, the globally reputable Deloitte. And Doc, the fourth discovery that will kill you, that one is a killer. It's a killer. So, I received a call from an insider at Labadi Beach Hotel that Honorable Okujeto, you are focusing on Honorable Brea Champon. The rape that we have been going through, it didn't start today, and he's not the only one raping us. Go and look into some court cases. Do you know we are the only beach hotel? We are called Labadi Beach Hotel, but we don't control our beachfront. That's all I can tell you. Go to the courts, go and look into it. I couldn't believe it. So I obtained the court documents. I find cases, and it's over 800 pages, including rulings and judgments. In the cases, series of cases between Loic DeVos Jr., a Belgian Ghanaian, who says that when he heard President Akufo-Addo talking a year of return, that Africans in the diaspora should come to Ghana, he came up with a business idea that he will organize an entertainment extravaganza at the beachfront at Labadi Beach Hotel, because Labadi Beach Hotel, iconic brand, international brand, they've won several awards. It's been voted multiple occasions Ghana's best 5-star hotel. So the name alone will attract these diasporans to come there. So he came up with a business idea, Loic DeVos Jr., that they should organize these Polo Beach Club events. So he approached his friends, who are sons of Freddie Blay, then MPP national chairman, Kwao Wasimao Blay, and Kwame Edinkama Blay are their names. They registered a company called the Gold Coast Expo Company Limited. Go and meet the managing director of Labadi Beach. Make this proposal. They say,
then the expatriate.
Then the expatriate. Okay. Vincent Est. And that Rene Vincent Est is his full name. And that we have this gig. Let's sign a joint venture agreement. For transparency, when the people are going to the beachfront, they will all come through your entrance and your reception. You know how Labadi is.
So just for people to appreciate this, you know, there's the Labadi Beach, where people go for whatever.
Yes. That. But
the Labadi Beach Hotel itself, you know its boundary, where its spa is. So they decided to then beautify their part of the beach. And they did it well for their clients. So they've set up there. The service on that beach is rendered from the hotel itself. So you go through the hotel,
then they have what you want to call a back gate.
Exactly.
Which gives you access to the beach. And you go there and the furniture and everything is from Labadi.
Exactly.
The service is from Labadi.
Yes.
Everything is from Labadi.
Yeah.
That has been the case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You are showing that you are a true Laman and you are Gamanche truly, you know. So they signed a joint venture agreement.
Is it that same space?
Yes.
Or it's a different space?
That's the beachfront.
That space, when you
Where-
go there,
where- where you are
when
talking
you go
about.
there,
Yes.
so you see
Yes.
that there's the space and then it goes to the left,
Yes.
towards the lagoon, and towards where La Boma is beyond, to the left. So when you enter from
is it
Labadi
the
Beach,
same space that you are talking about?
Yes. When
That
you-
they have their chairs and
yes, when you enter from the Labadi Beach Hotel and you exit onto the beach, to your right will be the La Beach, the Meet Me There,
The
place.
pleasure beach.
Yeah, the pleasure beach. Then, so you have the Labadi Beach here, and then it goes to the left to where you have the boundary with the
Yeah.
lagoon, and then La Boma across. Yes.
So this
But
is
now,
your left.
Yes, but now there is a new company, so that's what he's talking about.
Yes. So these young men see the managing director, Rene Vincent S. Then they sign a joint venture agreement
Between Labadi,
between
And Gold
Labadi
Coast.
Beach Hotel and Gold Coast Company Limited.
right.
They have the first event. It was a bonanza.
I remember it.
They made so much money. According to the court documents, gross revenue alone, 4.3 million
Cities.
cedis. They got corporate sponsorship from Pernod Ricard, 457,000 Ghana cedis. And other corporate sponsorships. Indeed, they made over 9 million for just the first one. The hotel they are telling us is not profitable. There's nothing there. Let's sell it and give workers their peace of mind. This is how state capture.
But to be fair,
Please,
they haven't
please.
said
Please,
Labadi Beach
please,
is not profitable.
Please, let me.
No, but Sabi, you
conclude.
must be fair.
Let me,
You must
let
be
me-
fair to that. They
I
have
read,
said,
I read the SNIT statement. Shall I read it for you again? The management of SNIT wishes to comment as follows. 1. The trust is seeking to partner a strategic investor to raise capital to invest in the hotels and to assist in their management. 2. The primary objective of finding a strategic investor is to increase efficiency, profitability, shareholder value, and the long-term sustainability of the SNIT pension scheme.
Okay.
So please, they didn't create any
Distinguish.
distinction. They didn't distinguish anything.
Sammy, go on.
So if you have any advice,
Sammy,
go
go
on.
on.
I've seen statements where they said only Labadi Beach was
They
profitable. But you
never
go
said. I don't know. You are the only one who saw that statement.
on. Okay.
Look, so these Blay brothers, seeing how profitable this is, they elbow out Lloyd Divorce Jr. They change the software, go and register their own company, Press Express Limited. And then they elbow out Labadi Beach Hotel too.
How?
Yes, I have bought minutes.
Okay.
Because of that, Rene Vincent S. was subjected to an inquiry. They suspect that he colluded with the Blay brothers
Okay.
and dismissed him. So as we speak, there's another set of cases of Rene Vincent saying, if you have dismissed me because of, you say I was conspiring with the Blay brothers, at least under my contract, when you dismiss me, I'm entitled to some 40,000 euros. I want it.
Okay.
So that case is going on.
Okay.
Also amongst the 800 pages that I'm reviewing.
Right.
The former MD wants his 40,000 euros for his dismissal. He's not challenging the dismissal and what he's alleged to have done. To Labadi Beach Hotel shock, these Blay brothers go and create a new entrance. And they have totally ousted all the partners. The joint venture has been rendered useless, the joint venture agreement
With Labadi.
with Labadi Beach.
Okay.
So, massive encroachment. Now, people who go to Labadi Beach, they are complaining, their guests, and they say that, look, they'll even have been making more money, but for those humongous structures, the Blay brothers and their business partner, Lloyd Divorce Jr., erected, the sounds from there, the nuisance and all of that. These are matters that are in court. So, why does anybody want to challenge this blatant state capture? Blatant state capture, things that would not have happened if the MPP didn't come to power. Never have happened. That is why, look, I say we are not angry enough. as a people. All of us on Tuesday must pour out on the streets. This is blatant state capture. This cannot be in the national interest. All the justifications that have been put out, they have been exposed as just fabrications, concoctions. Even La Palme, Elmina, they were profitable a few years ago. The land alone, the goodwill, nobody is talking about the reputation of these companies, the brand value of these hotels, the prime location of these hotels. And look at the Donkomi going on, the Donkomi. And it's consistent. That is the same thing that happened when they sold the Grand Regency Hotel to Rock City. Donkomi, no value for money. So Tuesday, 8 a.m., we call on all Ghanaians. As I conclude, I want to thank colleagues in Parliament. Yesterday, we did a lot of caucusing. The Honourable Minority Leader has been very supportive, the Honourable Chief Whip. And I want to also specially thank the Honourable Neelante van der Poy, Chairman of the Greater Accra Regional Caucus. And
a couple of days ago.
Yes, he's really mobilized the constituencies, some George and others. They are doing a great job. The Honourable Rita Odole, the Honourable
that's my MP.
Zaneto, Jiman Rollins, they are really mobilizing. And this weekend we are going to have community engagements, break down the issues, explain to them. I also want to thank the Gadangbe Council. They have called to declare support. La Youth groups, various La Youth groups, led by Prince Derek J. You know, certainly he won't miss out. He's also called to declare support.
Yesterday they were taken on a tour of the
Labadi
hospital.
Yes. He actually called me from there. Yeah.
Yes.
It's going well.
They are impressed with that engagement.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's promised them that every 10 days he will take them on site for an inspection.
Good. Excellent. That's good. So I want to thank all of them, including our good friend, Citizen Kofi, Dr. Kofi Amona, who says he's out of the country, but is in full solidarity. The Honourable Bernard Mona has also called.
His Excellency.
Yes, that he...
Okay. He's running for president.
That he surely will be taking time off his presidential campaign to join us. So that's a presidential boost.
He will suspend the campaign.
He will suspend the campaign for a few hours and join us. So I want to thank all of them. I think that Tuesday is going to be massive in the LA.
Okay, let me start with the STC because I have personal knowledge of the STC. Yes, we'll file these losses before SIGAM. Okay. But these are accounting losses.
Explain. Losses are losses.
Depreciation alone is 90% of the losses. Depreciation. It's 90% of the losses.
But it's same with every...
but they are not cash losses like you've operating losses. But we just take account of depreciation. That's why you have there. Because if you are making this loss, you shouldn't be a going concern. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So these are accounting losses.
So when are we selling STC?
I'll come to it. These are accounting losses coming out of depreciation. When we do our accounting, we account for depreciation of the buses.
It's for every...
And we are supposed to then do appreciation of property. Yes. But that one is not done yet. Yes, otherwise when you do appreciation, you will find out that. But this is just, anytime the bus moves from Accra to Tamale, it's depreciated. And so you factor that in your accounting. That's why you have this. I mean, last year we paid bonuses, Christmas bonuses, did salary. Every year we do.
Why do you pay bonuses if you don't make profit?
I'm saying these are not cash losses. These are accounting for depreciation.
Yeah, but Nana, by the nature of your business, depreciation.
Well, when I say bonuses, I mean Christmas. What is it?
Like hampers, gifts.
Yeah. Christmas package. No,
end of year package.
End of year package, and salary increases to staff and so on. So these are not cash losses like you operating losses. These are losses that you put in because of depreciation. Because every time a bus moves from Accra to say Tamale, you make, let's say, 2,000 cedis. You're supposed to account for depreciation. But you would say, we made 2,000, we bought petrol 500, we did this. You normally, sorry?
You are making losses. Your own statement. Anita Bakasika.
It's okay.
Issued a statement about your losses.
Have I denied it?
No, massive losses.
You are just explaining.
I'm just explaining it.
What accounts for the
What
loss?
accounts for that is depreciation losses. Okay. So normally, when a bus moves from, say, Accra to Tamale, the fare is so. So this is the revenue you make. You take out your petrol, and then all the expenses the direct expenses. But you should also make account for depreciation because that movement will depreciate the bus. It is those accounting that produces these figures, but they are not operating or cash losses. Now about the sale. Yes, SNIT has 80%. I mean, if SNIT sat down with us and said, look, we want to divest 40% of our 80.
Or all the 80?
I don't think, because this one they are divesting 60%, it's not all. So the 80% we want to divest maybe 40 or 50.
Actually, the nature of the losses, they should divest all. I'm worried as a Ghanaian worker.
And then we'll look at the benefits. Maybe if it's going to bring in capital, that we'll get, say, $2 million or $3 million from divesting 30 or 40%. And then the person who buys those shares would then be inclined to bring in investment so that, it's something that we can look at. I don't have a problem. Because as we speak, you need investment. And we've talked about this, the need for investment to new fleet and all of that. So really, that's not, in fact, I actually said to Senator, but your shares in STC, because you're not bringing any money, and STC is not bringing you any money. So why don't we look at ways that you can discuss, and then we'll see. So that's
so what's that money you paid to government when you assumed office?
The 1.7 million.
Cedis.
Dollars,
yes. What was that?
That was repayment of the earlier buses.
Oh, a loan?
Yes. No, the government bought 50 buses in 2016.
Okay.
We're supposed to pay back.
Okay.
But,
So how much was the total for that?
Each of those buses cost $300,000.
So that should be like...
and there were 50.
Oh, so like 18 million?
I should think.
So 18 million?
Each of those buses cost...
so that's 18 million?
$300,000.
Yeah, so it's 18 million?
Yeah.
So you paid $1.7 million?
No, the agreement was that we were to pay $500,000 every 6 months.
Okay.
To government in lieu of and they had factored in interest and all of that.
So out of the 18 million, you paid 1.7?
Yes. And then we said to government that instead of paying this money, why don't we leverage it to buy new buses? And that's how can we be able to buy 100 buses.
So in what capacity did government spend 18 million for those buses? Did they do so on behalf of SNIT? Or as a minority shareholder? Or as what?
Yes. So even the shareholding, I don't want to go into, but even the shareholding, when there's a shareholders meet, the SNIT 80% will have to be diluted.
By government?
By the shareholders, because government has...
Who are the other? Who owns it?
It's just government and SNIT.
So 20% is government?
Yes.
So there's a 20% shareholder that bought buses for 18 million?
Yes.
And has only received 1.7 million?
Yes, so far. And then we said that let us leverage
and we are not closing down.
But so far, the MSA is gone because the buses you say they are, by the rules, they should be off.
They should be off. So...
And yet it's Labadi Hotel they are all chasing.
Okay. Now, I've said to you that if SNIT... I would want SNIT to sit down with us and say, how can we divest so you can get some investment? We'll look at it instead of having 80% sitting there. But like you said, if they do a shareholders meeting, the shares will be diluted because of the investment that
Doc, I thought you asked him why he's appointing a third deputy MD when they are making such huge losses.
Now,
if you haven't heard, that's why the workers were agitating.
No, I think that was when I was in Mali.
Now.
I didn't know they even had 3 deputy managing directors.
2, yes, 2.
No.
But the workers say, I have a statement here, that the workers say they are appointing a third person. Can you believe that?
No. So the workers have petitioned.
But is that true? That you are appointing a third?
Yes.
Shocking.
Why?
No, because one went on retirement.
So replace?
Yes, a replacement.
It's not to appoint a third?
No, I actually have 3 as we speak.
Why?
3 deputies?
Why?
Is that what you inherited?
Loss.
No, I inherited 1 deputy.
And you've increased it to 3?
By 2.
What's the reason? What's the reason?
I'm not the operator.
That's why the losses...
I'm not the operator.
It's not your decision.
No.
Why won't the losses increase?
But that's crazy. That's crazy. For a loss making.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that I'm not the appointing.
No wonder the losses are going.
I've told you that these losses are depreciation losses.
I mean, losses are losses.
Now
you owe welfare funds. You are you owe so
now,
many.
yes,
Sammy,
no, I agree to all
You
of that.
owe ADB. It's all here.
The ADB,
STC is a disaster. Total
let's hear
hemorrhage.
that.
If
ADB,
we are really thinking of protecting Ghanaian workers' contributions, we should start at STC.
I don't have a
Not
problem.
with these hotels.
I don't have. Listen,
Right.
ADB, they gave us 140 million as part financing for the 100
CDs.
buses. Yes, and we've paid.
That's apart from the 15 million government.
No, that's for those buses are 9 years old.
2016.
I'm talking of the 2020 buses.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the
The
15
100.
million you've not paid. You've paid only 1.7.
Which 15 million?
The 50 buses.
Yes.
You paid 1.7 out of 15 million.
1.7.
And you've taken another 100 and
50 for we've taken
140.
we've taken 140
CDs.
and
from
we've paid 60 out of it.
so you owe 80 million.
Yes, on that slate. And every month we pay them.
And those buses too are going off.
They are not off, they are old.
Okay.
We are supposed to replace them. But every month
Whoa.
we
And they are
pay
appointing more deputy MDs.
every month
Okay.
we pay something
Some
to
amount, okay.
ADB.
Okay.
So far we've paid about 60.
I think our next demonstration will be to STC.
Can I finish? Now,
Yes.
I'm saying that if there's an arrangement by SNIT that can bring investment, we'll be too happy. So that one is not an issue. I haven't said that Sami Okujeto and his collaborators should not go to Jubilee House.
You're also using collaborators.
Yes. They should not go to. I haven't said they shouldn't go to Jubilee House. Have I
Okay.
said so?
Okay.
I've said that you should pass through SNIT. And then he's saying that, well,
total waste of
Jubilee House knows about it. So fine. But the decision to divest the shares of SNIT in those hotels was made by the SNIT board. Isn't it? And the SNIT board is made of representatives from all over.
That's dominated by government.
Yes.
It's made of
And
government.
the labor reps protested.
The-
Their statement is here. They protested.
Do you have the minutes? Because I've seen a labor rep also come out to say that the decision to sell is in the right direction. He made a public
No, that's a
interview.
former.
Yes, he was on the board at the time.
Yeah, but he didn't say that Labour agreed.
They didn't say they agreed.
But who did he represent?
Who?
The person who spoke. He's a representative of Labour. Samuel Okujeto is saying Labour protested, and I'm saying that somebody too has come out. That's why I'm asking him, do you have the minutes? Because somebody too has come out who was on the board representing Labour, who's saying something different. But I'm saying the decision to sell the shares was made by the Senate board, which has reps from government, from Labour, and all of that. So to say that the decision was made by the president is not being fair. It's not true.
It received
so-
presidential support. It went to cabinet.
How do you know that? Do you have minutes to that effect?
Oh,
So
you-
what
you want,
we know?
You want to see my cabinet members?
Well, you've shown us everything. Why won't you show us? So what we know now is that the decision was made by the Senate board, and Senate in their statement has confirmed it. So I'm just saying that if you're going to do a demonstration, it's fine. If you want to pass through Jubilee House, it's fine. But I was wondering why you wouldn't pass through Senate, because that's where the decision was made. That is just a friendly advice.
Which we won't take.
If you take it, fine. Now, on the Brianna Champon thing, Sami is saying that per the valuation. I haven't seen in the statement from Senate about the valuation. What I have seen is that the bid by Brian at Champon was 20 million, and I said it here, because 20 million more than the next bid.
It means nothing. It's still below.
And I remember that.
but
I remember
if
that
you are
day.
saying-
Yes.
I haven't-
And I remember that day. I
It's
asked
still
you.
below par.
I asked you what the valuation was.
Exactly.
But you said you didn't have that figure.
No, I didn't have that.
But you had a figure of
The bids.
The bids.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his bid was better than the next.
Yes.
But from what Sam is showing
Yeah.
us, they fell short
Yeah.
of it was about 50% of the actual
Yes.
valuation.
Well, I haven't seen the valuation. So it's up to Senate to confirm or deny these figures. But the figures that I had was about the bid. And that is what I put out, that his bid. So if Sami had said, no, Brian Champon's bid is not 20 million more, then I'll say, oh, then Senate has misinformed us. But in any case,
whoever at Senate gave you the information,
Yeah, they should have given
was
you
very
the
unfair to you.
Yes.
And was
Very
very
unfair.
disrespectful to you. Because if they expect you to use those figures to analyze.
Yeah.
They first of all should have given you the figure.
Yes, for the valuation.
The valuation by
Yes.
their valuer.
Yeah.
And then what the bids were.
Yes.
Maybe I didn't ask for it,
Okay.
but we can always. It's an ongoing matter, so we can always get it.
Of course, they won't give it to him because it doesn't help their case.
Well,
Don't call me sales.
we would see. Now, what I'm happy about is that all of these issues will be canvassed before SHRAG. Because SHRAG is not going to go
Maybe
into
not
it, isn't
necessarily.
it? Oh, why not?
Oh,
Because
they will.
all of these issues be canvassed before SHRAG. And so all the sides will have a chance to put their case before SHRAG. And then SHRAG will make a determination. At the moment, everybody feels strongly about their case. Samuel Kujeto feels strongly about his case. I'm sure Senator feels strongly about their case. Fortunately for us, it's not going to be one group sitting here and talking, another group sitting there and talking. They're all going to meet at SHRAG. And then we'll get to, because at the end of the day, it's the public interest that matters.
Right.
And the public interest will be served if the issues are brought together by the parties before a body that we expect to make a thorough investigation.
Right.
So then we'll go into the valuation, the bids, and all of that, and all of that. As for the matters about the conflict of interest, that one to SHRAG will determine.
Okay.
And then we'll see.
Sammy, help me with something. Who leased the portion of the beach to the company? The
Laboma place.
Good.
Not
good.
Laboma.
That is another scandal on this
Who
one.
leased it? Or you are still working on it?
So no, I know.
Okay.
So on the blind side of Labadi, so it's like a double lease.
Okay.
And the people are saying that the people they approach didn't have their mandate. They don't have the credibility to have done that.
But I thought,
Clear encroachment.
I thought you said the business was in partnership with Labadi.
The initial. That's how it started.
Yes.
Started a joint venture.
It was a joint venture.
Yes.
That means that, and you say Labadi doesn't.
So joint
own the
venture
beach.
where they will have shared the proceeds
Yeah.
into three parts: Lloyd DeVoe Jr., the Blay brothers, and the Labadi.
But obviously, is it Labadi Beach that gave them the land?
No, they went to see somebody in La who says that he is the owner.
Game.
And then
Okay, but,
and then give
one
them
second.
so-called access. So
One
Labadi Beach Hotel now, only under Akufo-Addo's administration, does not have control over its entire beachfront.
Yes,
Can you believe that?
but the hotel isn't the beachfront part of the hotel?
It's been
Yes,
part
it's
until
been
this
part.
arrangement.
Until
It's
this,
been part.
yes.
Yes.
But you're
Until
saying they
you
bought
came
it.
to power.
You said they bought it from some elder in La.
No, he's just telling you
Yeah.
that that's the latest
That's
development.
the latest.
They bought it from some elder in
Yeah,
La.
you know you can always get.
But if
people.
Labadi Beach has the
Yeah.
beachfront as their property,
Yeah,
how can somebody
Yes.
somewhere
Yeah.
sell it to
Yeah.
another person?
yeah. And why?
Is that what happened?
That's what happened.
Then you should be careful that
State
even your
capture.
house,
State
the land
capture.
is not being sold to
Yeah,
somebody else.
I hope that the Jubilee House is still ours.
Anyway, so I mean, like I'm saying, I'm happy all of this is going to go
MPP.
before SHRAG. And then SHRAG will determine, then we will see.
Lie. Anyway, Monday is Eid. But today is the birthday of Sheikh Mustafa Ahmed,
Oh.
PhD.
Oh,
Are you playing his videos? This morning,
The
you haven't played his
the
videos.
CEO of the MP. I haven't seen it today. Today is his birthday.
Happy
So,
birthday.
Okay.
Dr.
Happy
Mustafa
birthday.
Ahmed.
Hey, then he is good, but it comes at it.
Yes. So it means that he's having a long stretch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friday to Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. So Abdul Kudus of the MPA, he brought it to my attention. I was going to miss it. So happy birthday to you, Sheikh.
Congratulations, sir.
Happy birthday. Happy
From all
birthday.
your staff, from everybody, the family, and all of us.
And let's wish all Muslims a happy Eid.
Yes. Happy Eid.
Particularly
happy Eid to everybody.
the National Chief Imam. Happy Eid to all of them.
Happy Eid to all of you, all my Muslim
Happy Eid.
friends. I was going to say Cyborg. It is now
This one doesn't-
Sariki Abubakar.
This one doesn't come with fasting.
No.
This comes with
just
feasting.
With a lot of feasting.
So the Eid is actually on Sunday.
Yeah.
So the
That's why
Monday
Monday is a holiday. Yeah. Yeah. Which gives us good time to mobilize for our demonstration. So it's a perfect time.
But pass through.
Perfect time. We are not passing anywhere.
All right. So this weekend,
We may rather pass through STC.
this weekend is not too pleasant one for my family. So my commiserations to all of us, especially the Ama family, of Accra and Abeka today. we begin the final funeral rites for our dear mother, Mrs. Elizabeth Ama, and our brother, Philip, who was just planning with us to give our mother a befitting burial, but also lost his life at 53. So Philip Ama and his mother Elizabeth Ama were
condolences.
These are your
my cousin and his mother.
Oh, condolences.
He came back from the States after a long time, almost 17, 18 years.
Oh, condolences.
You know, and then he came, his mom passed. He was at my 50th.
Oh.
His wife. So his mom passed just when we were planning the funeral.
Oh.
Then he passed after
sad.
one of those meetings.
Sad.
Yes, at just 53.
Oh,
yeah.
condolences.
So we're doing the two together.
You found out the cause?
Yeah, they've done the autopsy. Everything. Yeah.
Condolences.
All right.
And
So
today
this
is also the
weekend,
last day for the transfer of votes.
Okay.
So it's been going
You're
very
sure it
well.
won't be extended?
It's been going very well in Northtown. So people should finish.
It's been going very well.
Very well.
I see.
Very well.
The canoes are busy.
Very busy.
What does that mean?
That is going well.
Transportation.
Is that
That is going
canoes?
well.
Yeah, it's that they transport people with canoes.
Yeah, the Volta River divides my constituency into two. You know, it's not only during.
But your
it's not
protege
only,
hasn't given you a briefing.
it's
on
not
the
only
transfer.
during
Ella
VRS
Blue,
village
your
that we
protege
have
Ella Blue,
water.
is he not giving you any reports? Anyway, up next, GMG Trends. Right, welcome back to the show. Time to check out what is trending. Desi, what's going on?
Kimpaluta.
Is going on.
No. So Dr. Baumia has been in trance with Kimpaluta, and people are saying that Paluta, you just got the breakthrough in your music, and why are you connecting, or why are you allowing yourself to be, to be around the vice president?
Why?
How?
But that's his decision.
This is cash out season.
Okay.
Hey, that's the song that I was telling you the other time.
Which one?
Oh, Dr. Baumia was singing it with Paluta, and Ajwa Safo was in there. Let's watch the video real quick.
Okay.
Kunima bote mafasha, and then I'm from I'm a man who baby I'm a druye, Simu and Yen, Namina Shira, Nashio, Mr. Chimamia, Mr. Chimau, Namina Shira, Nashio, Mr. Chimamia. Mr. Machema, living on my acido,
Wow, Dr. Baumia saw the dinner, but yeah, said that. You could hear the bass, would say the outer bass. So people are saying that Paluta. You can see. Let's put the tweets on about Ken Paluta. That bro, you just started at the end. Masa cash out season. So this one says nobody they vex me past Ajwa Safo for this video inside. So you see that the next one says he's just happy thinking he has endorsed for business, but forgotten that his career is being ruined. That's from Kwanzaa Boy. Writing that also. This one says the boys won't cash out this season, sharp 100%. So that has been trending on Twitter this morning. The next is also ECG and Gridco trending because there's a letter that is out that in the next couple of weeks, in the next 3 weeks, yes, we're going to be having some challenges with power. Because of a gas issue with our brothers and sisters from Nigeria, and people say, hey, the one that don't give you letter safe with the face of Obama a letter. So let's read some of the comments from this particular trend. This one says, ECG and Rico just announced a power cut. For 3 weeks, they didn't propose any alternative. We are not seeing any alternative in sight. Meanwhile, both parties are going around championing lies and sharing money for votes. From Samson Wolanyo Deklu writing that. Moving on to the next, this one says, I will take anything ECG and Greco tells us with a pinch of salt because they lied to us before, and this could be the same, hiding the real issues at hand. And this one says, 10 times the no announcer, see how they quench them now with a laughing emoji there. So those are some of the comments on social media about this news. Then the next 2 weeks we'll be having some power challenges. Let me wrap up with Glorious Accra to folk. That's what Twitter giddy because we have our last game against Biche. That's it. They fighting yourself. Hey, Phobia. Yeah. So let's take a look at some of the tweets. This one says, "Don't disappoint us. Now we cannot be relegated." Because he writing that, and moving on to the next one. Looking at what's going on in Hearts of Folk now, it's a sign of warning to Kotoko supporters and the NCC leaders. Just imagine what would happen if KK needed, or Kotoko just needed a point to escape relegation. So that's a point that Kwekwana say, writing that. Anyway, we'll see what will happen this weekend as we wrap up the Ghana Premier League, and Hearts need to win that game. I don't know. Let's go for relegation. But anyway, that's also in the trends.
I'm also thinking about myself.
Oh, is that we are the, oh, no, we're doing the same.
Sure.
Anyway, so those are the trends this morning. But of course, Sunday is Father's Day. And I said that they are not talking about it too. Oh. Let's try and pet this dog.
Forget it.
Oh.
You see, since you are going to get married,
yes,
a piece of advice to you. Have it at the back of your mind. Even if you build a house, have it at the back of your mind that in that situation, you are the tenant who pays the bills. Esogoma.
That's a real piece of advice. So Sunday is Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. To my own father, Mr. Ezekwekuda. So happy Father's Day to you, to Doc, to all the men around us. We appreciate you. If they want to, we will do it ourselves. Okay. So and also Sunday is my birthday. I'm excited about it.
Your birthday is on Father's Day.
It's on Father's Day, okay. And also for our Muslim brothers and
you will become a father soon.
Yes.
Okay.
And the next 2 weeks, I'll do the thing sharp. Okay. All right. Today's the birthday of my nephew, my sister's kid, Austin Aldrich, Selom or Maulom Akutu. Hey, okay. My sister, why did you give this plate? Anyway, so that's it for the trends today. It's Friday. Go out there, say a prayer for me as I grow older and as I have a very good June. Yeah, so look, that's it.
All right. So happy birthday in advance.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. And a happy Father's Day to all fathers. And on Father's Day, there's a question I always ask. Are you a parent or do you pay the rent? There's a big difference.
Yeah.
So on Father's Day, you ask yourself whether, as a father, whether you are a parent
or you pay the rent.
Okay. It will be great if you do both.
Okay.
Nice. All right. Okay, so I see a big happy Father's Day to the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams.
Yeah.
And of course, all fathers, happy Father's Day to you all. Well, like I said, it's quite a distressing time from my side. So we have quite a busy weekend with our funerals and all that. But we'll see you next Monday. And happy Eid al-Adha to all our Muslim brothers and sisters and all my friends. Happy Eid to all of you. Up next, Metro Sports.